Good morning. Welcome to Studio 365, powered by TableThink. My name is Joshua, and I'm here in the studio with Pastor Kerrie Palmer. This is episode 116 as we are enjoying our Tuesday, and we're just having a lot of fun here this morning. That's right, but that's what it's about. You know, you got to laugh and have fun and enjoy.
People saw all the retakes we have just because we start laughing.
That is true, yeah. And I don't know why. I think you're to blame because you're the one who seems to laugh the most.
I do. It's true, but I sit across from you.
True.
And I get to watch all your expressions.
Apparently, I make weird looks and I just do weird stuff.
Apparently, you do.
I try not to, but...
I know. You distract me. We're kind of talking about that in our series today.
Yeah.
We are in process. It's our... What are we calling this?
This is part 2, the sequel. But unlike, a lot of movies, people don't like the sequel because they think, oh, that's,
Right. It can't be as good as the first.
Ours is going to be as good and better.
I think so. I mean, so far we've started out just laughing about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do love the fact that we can laugh here and that we really make a true effort always to have positivity, and we try to get your energy up, and sometimes it's over the top, Joshua.
Maybe.
I enjoy it immensely. But the part of this is understanding that the process of or how we manage our life is just as important as the outcome,
right? And
that we need to really look at that. And so you and I come from different worlds, I think. And so we'll kind of be sharing about, how we each manage that. And I think that really makes a difference. And so we have this story of Jesus with two sisters. And I always, am so interested when, we get to talk about the ancient days with women. And in this particular passage, it's Luke, who's a doctor. And I love how he writes about it because it could really be something out of today's world as well as in the ancient world. And Martha is the sister that's doing all the work. And let me tell you, in most families, there's someone that kind of ends up being the one that does a lot of work.
Right.
And so that's not an unusual thing. And then, but what happens in this particular story is Mary spends all her time with Jesus, just listening to everything. And then Martha is just mad because she's doing all the work.
Right.
And so when you think about this relationship, it's pretty cool. And then, so she's asking Jesus, why don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. And the scripture goes on to say that Jesus says, Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. And that right there, those words, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. And as we're doing this, as we filter this, and you and I talk about how we choose what really is needed, at the end of the day, what we really are talking about is relationship.
Right.
When we want to filter what we're doing and how we're going to make a decision, is it about having a relationship with God and one another? But, as we're processing what we have to do during the day, sometimes we get on this roll and it's really hard to determine that we need to let go of something.
Yeah.
And so, here I am to ask you that hard question because I ask first all the time.
Yes. You like asking.
I do. So you're busy every day, day in and day out. How do you determine whoa, I got to stop and I need to just let go of that one thing or more than one thing in order to be more effective in what I'm called to do?
Right. Yeah, I think what I really do is I've just kind of learned to try to prioritize and realize what things I value and what things I feel like are more important than other things.
That's good.
And so, for example, I always will usually value relationship over certain to-do list or things. So even if I have an employee or someone who maybe they needed to get a whole list of things done and we have a million things to talk about, but I can tell that for some reason relationally we're out of sync or they just need a moment. To me, that's more valuable than trying to, say, hey, do item number 23 and item number 24. And so I kind of have those things. And then when I get down to those actual items, I just kind of, prioritize by what I think kind of gets the most bang for the buck and where's good places to start. But yeah, I just kind of know, what my priorities are, and then sort of go from there.
Yeah, I love what you said, the word value. And I've kind of talked to you before in the fact that when I meet with families or couples, that I always say goals and priorities are going to come and go.
Yeah.
But our values.
True.
And ultimately, it's the value of our relationship.
Yeah.
And so when Jesus is talking about that, that's really what he's saying to Martha. It's about a relationship. You've missed the whole point. Your preparation should be about your relationship with me and your sister and everyone else, that it's about love, and you're not to be distracted with thinking this isn't fair, but put in the time with what you're doing and really be invested in that.
Yeah, because she could have been there talking, being a part of that, really building that relationship, but, busy everywhere doing everything and then getting all upset.
Right. So. And all of us really can relate to Martha, because there's times that we become so distracted that when someone is not doing their share, that it's hard to really understand why they won't do their part in things. And so, that's something that we want to think about today. What are those things that we need to let go in order to value our relationship with God and one another? So, Joshua and friends, I will talk to you tomorrow in Studio 365.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Studio 365, and we will be back with you tomorrow right here for another episode. We'll see you tomorrow.